If you've ever wondered where the spooky doll from the Conjuring movies came from, this is the movie for you. Please welcome the cast and director of Annabelle Creation. Welcome to the show. Jim, you've already reviewed this movie.
Yes, I liked it. I liked it even more than the first movie, and it's rare that you see a horror sequel that's better than the original. So it's a pretty remarkable accomplishment. I wanted to ask you though something kind of. There seems to be two universally scary things that creep everyone out: clowns and dolls.
And New Line has them both down.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Sorry,
so
it's funny to me.
I was wondering what does make dolls so creepy and everything. Why are so many people scared of them?
This probably has to do with that, like they're little miniature versions of people. So you kind of, I think it's that uncanny valley thing where you kind of expect them to move almost.
Yeah.
You know, in the corner of your eye, which is
Yeah.
breaks your brain somehow.
The dead eyes must be part of it.
It depends on the doll.
Yeah.
Porcelain dolls creep me out.
Yeah.
There's just something kind of, I don't know why.
Well, I want to ask you too about just the, trying to make a movie where the title character doesn't move.
Yeah.
How do you make something scary that is unmoving? Because you managed to do it in this movie. I was trying to.
It's a fun challenge. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you can't see her actually like walk around, but you can. You can throw a sheet over her and then have the sheet walk, or you can sort of get around it like that. But it's also fun just because, I mean, she's the source of evil, so you can play with all these evil things happening.
As you said earlier, it's
her.
the portal.
Yeah, she's like a portal
Right,
for evil to come into our world, and then she can affect her environment and sort of manifest other faces of evil.
So set up the movie for us. This is the origin story of Annabelle, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
So I play the creepy doll maker. I'm not creepy. Well, he's not originally creepy. He's like a nice guy. Something happens, and he needs to, fill a hole in his life. So he's a doll maker by trade. So he creates Annabelle, and kind of makes a deal with the devil. So
That always works out well.
it does work out well.
Yes.
I know how that story turns out. Not well, but that's kind of the beginning of it, and then
Sister
It only
Charlotte
get
shows
worse.
up.
then Sister Charlotte shows up.
Yeah.
Then my character, I play a nun, and 6 kids. We come into his house, because we need a place to stay, and so we have nowhere else to go, and that's where creepy things are happening.
Sure.
Yeah.
Now, I'm curious, actually, one of the films that they're making now, The Nun, are you going to be involved in that, your character at all? I know you have to dance around things, but can you say if
No,
you're...
I'm not.
Huh?
No, I'm not that nun.
Not
I'm
that.
another nun.
A different nun. But you would have known that.
But we have a connect. There's a connection there.
Yeah.
There is a connection.
Now, I wanted to ask sort of, David, I guess this is more for you, but you guys can chime in on this as well. There are a few different sequences in the movie that just are shots of doors. But there's a closed door or a door that's ajar.
Yeah.
Which one
mix it up.
which one do you find is creepier or scarier? Because it's a subtle difference, but to me,
The door that's ajar,
Yeah.
where you can see the darkness in there, and you're like, do I see something in there?
Yeah.
Is there something there or not? So a closed door is, I think, slightly less creepier.
you kind of psych yourself into, it's probably locked, I'll be okay.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Especially if it's a door that's ajar that just stopped moving.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Well, there's the sound design element comes into play then too, which is a really interesting part of this movie, and it's really well done. Can you talk a little bit about sort of trying to design? There's just a sort of, and it goes to the performances too, like bring it right to the edge without going too far over it.
Yeah, but sound is just, I think, is one of the most important things in horror movies, and that's why I'm super picky about the sounds as well.
Yeah.
So working with the sound designer Bill Dean, I'm very much like, no, that's not the right little creak, for that footstep. It needs to be a different creak or a different door shutting, because it's crucial that you have not just the right sounds, but the right amount. Because sometimes the silence is the scary thing, because you don't know what's sort of happening in that silence.
Yeah. Obviously, this isn't your first horror film. Horror is timeless throughout all medium. What is it that draws you to horror? Personally?
It's always been a fascination of mine ever since I was a kid, and I've sort of tried to figure out why I'm so drawn to it, but I'm not really sure. It's just something that, yeah.
Do you remember what your first introduction was? Was it through a movie or through a comic book?
Yeah, I mean, as a kid, it was, I think, A Nightmare on Elm Street was one of my first sort of entries into that, and also like Child's Play, a lot of those 80s movies when I was a kid.
Sure.
Yeah.
I remember seeing the original It.
Oh yeah.
And
the miniseries, yeah.
It scarred me for life. Like I can't resist. I can't watch the new one. I cannot do it. And we had to watch the trailer because we were presenting Annabelle at the same time.
Yeah.
And it was painful.
I think it's like the adrenaline rush. Makes you think that when you get scared, you get a hit of adrenaline that's addictive. And I think that's the big thing. It's like going on a roller coaster ride and hitting that curve. It makes you crap yourself. But you want to do it again when you get to the end of it. It's an adrenaline rush that we don't really get in life much these days.
Yeah.
David, I want to digress for one moment to ask you about Hollywood Reporter this morning said that, you might be directing the Shazam movie. What can you say about that? Is that report accurate?
It is, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, no, the idea was that this was just all going to be about Annabelle. And then that sort of came out. But no, I'm very happy to say that is true. And it's really awesome. Like, I'm really looking forward to it.
Are you scared that Annabelle gets jealous?
Yeah,
Stalk you now.
Stalk you, yeah. That would be funny.
That doesn't freak you out having Annabelle at home? I don't know.
No, it just freaks out people who come visit,
guests,
or especially people who sleep over,
What's the big draw for Shazam for you? Because, I mean, so far now you've done 2 movies where you work with kids, and of course Billy Batson is also a child. And so is that the big draw for you to do Shazam?
Yeah, just because it's like the ultimate wish fulfillment, Like every kid wants to be Superman, and here's the kid who gets the chance to be Superman.
Yeah.
And, finds out that could also be a challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you must be particularly then kind of excited to, you've done horror now, your last couple of films, and this seems a far more sort of family friendly. Or would that be a safe way to describe it? So is that the big thing you wanted to maybe stop scaring yourself for a while and go do something fun?
I mean, I definitely plan on doing more horror, working on that in various ways. I mean, there's Lights Out 2, it's coming up, so, no, so the horror is something I'll definitely return to. But it'll be fun to try something that's a little different.
Sure. You guys are in a nice position. Your movie's out, Annabelle Creation is out August 11th, and there's already a bunch of great reviews.
Yeah.
Screened early, and everybody seems to really like it.
Thank you. Very fortunate.
Thank you.
Awesome. I also wanted to ask you, though, about Annabelle. The kind of Conjuring universe now is expanding and expanding. Where do you think they could go with Annabelle next? Now that we found out how it's been made and everything, where do you think they could take it
think
next?
There's still sort of ways to take it. I think this universe sort of allows you to go in a lot of different ways. You have the main story of The Conjuring that's based on the actual case files, but then you have like The Nun or like The Crooked Man that you can do variations on, not just have the same sort of style or the same kind of movie. I think it's sort of that universe allows for a lot of experimentation.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming by the show. I'm excited to see the movie. We've got to take another quick break, which gives you more than enough time to follow IGN on Twitter. 6 million other people do, so we must be doing something right.